gentlemen, it is currently 4:30 on Tuesday morning, week of the Blitz. I hope everybody's got their stuff in order and have a great week, and the DOT operates safely and, leaves the good, honest truckers alone and gets them old crappy truckers off the road. If you ain't taking care of your equipment to the best of your ability, you need to be parked on the side of the road, in the shop or something. We all have a responsibility to be safe out here on these roads. Keep your equipment up. That being said, I got that out of service that I was issued bogusly, thrown out. Everything's handled. Not only that, the level 2 inspection comes back as a good inspection instead of an out of service. So instead of a bad mark, we have a good mark on our record. I would like to thank Mississippi for fixing their problem and Louisiana for being so understanding. So today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about inspections. Now, I'm not talking about your logbook. I'm not talking about how you're going to write it in there to stay legal with the DOT. I'm going to talk about strictly your responsibility to your equipment throughout your day and week. Y'all probably have heard about the Rapture. You got pre, mid, and post-trib Rapture ideas. Well, apply that same philosophy to your truck, but with inspections. Do a pre-trip. Do a mid-trip, multiple mid-trips every time you stop, and do a post-trip. Alright, now your pre-trip, when you get up in the morning before you get in that truck, you check that oil, water, belts, all your tires, you watch all your lights. I mean, you do the full pre-trip inspection. That's the one that's going to keep you out of the DOT's grasp. If you see something before you move that truck that morning, that is the time to get it corrected. Because if you don't, they will get you in your mid-trip somewhere. You may be a way station. I've had them pull me off the interstate, minding my own darn business. Next thing you know, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, they will whip up behind you and pull you over for no apparent reason. And do an inspection on the roadside. I'm telling you, you don't have to be speeding, you don't have to be swerving. They just pick people randomly. So that pre-trip inspection before you move that truck is crucial to your survivability of a DOT inspection. Now your annual inspections, that measures your brakes and makes sure everything's good. You really need to do that every biannually, You do that twice a year. Have somebody get under there, measure them brakes, check them chains, make sure everything's all right under that truck and trailer. Every half year, some people do it quarterly. I might would do it every oil change. I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Every oil change, have them do an inspection. That's going to be my goal, I believe, going forward. Now, once you've done that pre-trip and you're in your truck and you're going down the highway, you're thinking everything's la-di-da-di. But let's say you have to stop and get diesel, or you have to stop and use the restroom during the day. Now, mid-trip inspections don't have to be as intense, but you can walk in front of your truck and look under it, make sure nothing's leaking. Walk around, make sure you don't hear no air leaks. Look at them tires visually. I can't tell you how many times I have done my mid-trip inspections at a fuel island when I went to use the restroom, or got diesel, or just washed my windshield, that I have found a nail that wasn't all the way in the tire, but it was sticking in there, but it wasn't punctured yet. I actually found a pair of pliers shoved through part of my wheel, my tire, one time when I was parked at a fuel island, and if I wouldn't have been checking it, it would have popped my tire. But as it wasn't all the way through, and I was able to pull them out without any air leaks. And if you can catch a tire early enough, let's say it's losing a little bit of air, and you didn't know it, if you catch it early enough, you'll keep it from popping off of that rim. And right now, with tires $500-600, you'll save your company some money if you can get that tire fixed before it pops, before there's an issue. Because right now, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, these companies are starting to get in a bind. And it ain't over yet. You need to do everything you can to help keep these companies afloat, because that's your job. And as a professional driver, that company is paying you for your professional services. They're not paying you to goof off and trash around at the truck stop. They're paying you to run that truck professionally, inspect it, keep it safe, make your loads on time. It's not a game. It's not something you should take lightly. You need to get out there and be a professional. This is your job. Move forward with it like you're a businessman. That's my humble opinion. Give the company what they pay for. That's what I'm asking y'all to do. If you don't want to be a truck driver, if you don't want to give a company what they're paying for, if you're not willing to go that extra mile and be the great business partner that you should be, get out of the truck and go do something else. You know, if you're not willing to take care of your equipment and take care of the company that you have joined, hey, hit the road, Jack. You know, they don't need people that are just riding the clock trying to just get by. They need people to do their god darn jobs to the best professional level that they can offer. That's what they're asking when they get you to sign on the line. Even if you're leased on with a company, you have a responsibility to that company to run enough freight so that they can pay the bills and they can keep the lights on and they can keep their back office personnel employed. Alright, that's the mid-trip. Alright, the mid-trip, you walk around and make sure you're not leaking. Check all your tires, you know, just a quick walk around. It can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in the mid of your day. Not to mention, you might catch something before the DOT catches it. Post-trip. If you're doing good pre-trip every morning and you're confident in your pre-trips and you know that you're not going to get out and just run off with it, and you know it's not going to be raining the next morning or bad weather the next morning, do a walk around, you know, all that kind of stuff. But before you crank that morning, the pre-trip inspection in the mornings is your most important. The one at the beginning of your shift, that's your most important to keep you on the road. Your post-trip is to make sure that you didn't pick up anything at the last leg of your journey that you can get fixed while you're on your 10-hour break. That's what the post-trip is for. Let's say you picked up a nail an hour before you parked, and it's leaking, but it's not leaking a lot. It makes it to the truck stop. Okay, you do a post-trip and you catch it. You're able to get it fixed while you're on a 10-hour break. A couple hours off duty and get the rest of the sleeper. You know, get your 10-hour break while you get that fixed. Let's say an air leak started somewhere. You'll have time while you're at the truck stop or to get roadside service to come and fix it without costing you time from your work week, from your delivery where you're late. That's the post-trip meaning. That's the post-trip need, so that you can catch things ahead of time. But the most important inspection is your pre-trip inspection, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all get them done. Make sure your equipment's in good shape. There are things on that truck that they will put you on a service for that can be prevented. Just this week, we had a wheel seal blow out on my truck, on Curtis's truck. Well, he got it fixed at a TA. But guess what? By the time he got it back home, it had already started leaking again. And by the time we got it to the shop, there was actually a little squealing. So hopefully, TA didn't ruin my rear end seal. next Friday.